Hi everyone, so here are the corrections for yesterday's Maths to Your Maths, the Thursday of week 20. So the first question was, half an hour earlier than 9:05 is what? And it did want you to write it in digital form as well. So in my head what I would do there is I'd go back 5 minutes to 9, and then I'd go back another 25 minutes, and that would give me 8:35. So question 2 then is an adding sum, but it's with decimals, so be careful when you're writing it out. Make sure all the decimals line up. So you've got 5 and 6 is 11, plus 3 is 14, so put down your 4 and carry your 1. 2 and 1 is 3, and 3 and 3 is 6, and don't forget to add on that 1 to make it 7, and then I'm going to put down my decimal. 3 and 2 is 5, and another 5 is 10, so I can just write down my 10 here. So it's 10.74. Question 3 then is something minus 14 is 22. So what I would do to work that out would be just add your 14 to your 22 and see what the original number would have been. So 2 and 4 is 6, and 2 and 1 is 3, so 36. So 36 minus 14 then would be 22. Question 4. Quarter to 11, and it wants you to write that in digital time. So quarter to, we know, is 15 minutes to 11. So it's 15 minutes to 11. Then it is 45 minutes past 10. So 10:45 is your answer there. Question 5. 8.3 times 3. So that is just a multiplying sum. So 3 times 3 is 9. 8 times 3 is 24. And then you must come back and put in your decimal. So it is just one jump over, so we do one jump over here, and then your answer is 24.9. Question 6 then, 36.6 divided by 6. So don't panic when you see a decimal. It's just normal short division, so you can write it out like this, and then you just go and divide in, and then we'll worry about the decimal after. So 6 into 3 doesn't go, so we bring over our 3. 6 into 36 goes 6 times, and nothing left over. And then I can bring up my decimal now, or I could do it after, doesn't really matter. And then 6 into 6 goes 1 time. So the answer is 6.1. So don't forget to just bring up your decimal then after. Okay, so question 7, 3/4 equals something over 12. So that's really just looking at equivalent fractions. So you could always take out your fraction wall that you should have stuck into your copy if you need some help with this. But I could also look at it this way. I could say, how many 4s are in 12? Well, there's 3. 4 times 3 is 12. So if I just do the same to the top, 3 times 3 would be 9. So it would be the same as 9/12. But you could have used your fraction wall there if you wanted as well. So question 8, circle the composite number. Now we haven't done this. So if you found this very tricky yesterday and you skipped it, don't worry. So a prime number is a number that can only be divided by itself and 1. So a composite number is the opposite of that. It can be divided by itself and 1 and other numbers as well. So if we look through these numbers, 11, can I divide anything into that? I can divide it by 11, I can divide it by 1, but nothing else evenly. 12, so I can divide it by 12 and 1. It could also be divided by 3, and it can be divided by 4. So 12 is a composite number. 13, can I divide that by anything other than itself and 1? No. 17, can anything else divide into that evenly? No, just itself and 1, and the same with 19. So the only composite number here is 12. So the answer for question 8 was 12. But as I said, we haven't done that yet, so if you couldn't do it, don't worry. Question 9. How many tens in 1,000? So if you're asked how many tens in a number, really you are dividing by 10. And as we know, when we're dividing something by 10, we can just knock off a 0. So the answer is 100. Now question 10, round 30.51 to the nearest tenth. Now we haven't done rounding to the nearest tenth before, but we have done rounding, and it's the same rule really always when you're rounding. So if I look at 30.51, so this is my tenths column here, so I want to go to the nearest tenth. So I look at the number beside it, and I know the rule, 1 to 4 touch the floor, so I'm going to stay where I am. So the answer would be 30.5. So I leave the tenths where they are at 5. I don't go up to the next one. Question 11. 1/4 kg of grapes at €6.40 per kg costs what? So I know 1 kg costs €6.40, but I only want a quarter. So we've been doing fractions last week. So you know, if you want to find a quarter of something, you're going to divide by the bottom and multiply by the top. So we're going to just divide it by 4 first. So 4 into 6 goes 1 time, 2 left over. 4 into 24 goes 6 times. And 4 into 0 doesn't go, and then bring down your decimal. So multiply by the top then is just multiplying by 1, so I don't really need to do that because it would just be the same. So the answer is €1. So I'm going to put in my euro sign. €1.60. The date a fortnight after New Year's Day is what? Now be careful with this one, because initially I thought, oh yeah, that'll be the 14th of January. But if we're already on the 1st of January, which is New Year's Day, then 14 days later would actually be the 15th of January. Okay, so let's have a look at the problems now, and they're all based on this target board here. What two numbers on the target board multiplied together will give a product of 460? So I need to find two numbers there that when I multiply them by each other, they'll give an answer of 460. So I found two. So the easiest one was 46 times 10 would be 460, or you could have also done 23 times 20 would be 460 as well. So question 15. When I subtracted one number from another number on the target board, I got 41. What numbers did I use? So picking two numbers there, subtracting, and I want to get 41. So what I did there was I picked 46 and 5, so 46 minus 5 would give me 41. Now question 16. When I multiply the bottom row of numbers by each other, what is the product? Now I actually thought that was a small bit confusing. I wasn't sure what they meant to do there, but what I do think they mean is to kind of multiply them all across. So to say 3 times 2, and then when you get your answer, times that by 4, and then when you get your answer, times that by 5. So 3 times 2 would be 6, and then 6 times 4 would be 24, and then 24 times 5 would be 120. So you might need to do a little bit of rough work in the end there with that one. So don't worry if you found that one a bit tricky. I actually did have to look up the answer myself in the book just to make sure I was doing it the right way. So if you found that hard, don't worry. Just all you can do is try your best with them, and if you have any questions, let us know.